Hello chess family, it's me National Master Jesse James, and today we're doing another instructive chess miniature. In this one, we're learning how to defend like a master, and we're going to be learning from one of our strong masters, which is Bruce Pandolfini. Let's take a look at this game. Alright, here we go. We start with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. We got a master's opening right here, the Ruy Lopez. Why is it a master's opening? Because there's so much to do in this game with white and with black. The games typically last about 60 moves, at least whenever masters are playing this. There's so many traps, there's positional lines, there's tactical lines. Whatever you want, this opening can give it to you as long as you put the work into it. And here, well, black goes ahead and plays the Morphy defense, pawn to a6 attacking the bishop. Bishop goes to a4, and now knight to f6, attacking the pawn. Now there's a few different moves here you can play here for white, and white chooses the main line, meaning the one that gives a decent advantage, which is to go ahead and play castles here. And black was in it for it today and plays knight takes e4. This is called the open Ruy, meaning, well, we're going to make a pawn trade, and typically in open positions, things get crazy because more files and diagonals are open, so you can attack your opponent. Black was playing very aggressive today. Unfortunately for him, Pandolfini knows how to play this as white and just destroys his opponent. With that being said, let's see what happens next. Knight takes on e4. And here, what do you play here as white? Here, a lot of people would play the move rook to e1. It looks like a very good move here. We're developing, we're attacking the knight, the pawn, even behind it, the king. But believe it or not, this is not the move here. Here, the move, which is well known, especially at master level, is to play pawn to d4. Now you might be asking yourself, why would pawn to d4 get played here? The idea is to try and open up the file before you play the rook to b1. And here, black is supposed to be playing something else here. There's many moves you could try here. Bishop b7, pawn to b5. Unfortunately, the wrong move is played here, and now white's just winning. E takes on d4, and this is well known. Why does the pawn need to be on d4? Because now we're going to get a double attack. Now we're going to go ahead and play rook to e1. Now we got a good pin right here. And well, there's only one good way to defend it. You play pawn to d5 right here. And here, this is why we played that pawn to d4 right away. Now we're going to play knight takes on d4 for the double threat. Do you see the two threats in this position? Hopefully you do. Now we have knight takes on c6, which will, after knight takes on c6, pawn takes, bishop takes will be a check and a fork here, so you're going to be winning the exchange or the rook. And well, we also have the simple idea of pawn to f3 here, which is going to be kicking the knight or pinning it and winning it, because the knight cannot move here. Well, black realized this and went for the crazy variation of bishop d6. This is black's best try to go for a kingside attack. Black is definitely feeling spicy today. All right, your turn here. White to move. Which way should you win the piece? Should you play knight takes on c6 or pawn to f3 here? All right, hopefully push pause and try to figure this one out. One of them will give you a good position. The other one is losing. Okay, which one did you choose? Hopefully you chose the right one and played knight takes on c6 here. Wait a second. What's wrong with pawn f3 winning a full piece? This one over here, we only win the exchange, meaning a bishop for a rook. Well, if you do try to win a full piece here, you're going to get into trouble because be careful. Do not move pawns in front of your king. With that being said, black is poised for attack over here, and by playing pawn f3, you open yourself up to lots of attacks. For instance, here queen h4 gets played. And now, well, the attack is just on it by itself. g3, oof, you just lost the game here. Bishop takes on g3, pawn takes, queen takes check, and anywhere you move your king is just going to be bad. Let's say king h1, queen h4 check. I mean, worst case scenario here is black can force a draw. With that being said, there's too many winning variations here that black will just keep playing for the win. What happens if they go ahead and try something else like, I don't know, pawn takes on e4. Here, another nice win here. Bishop g4 first. Now we see the queen's being attacked. Let's just move the queen somewhere, I guess. And now the game is over. You have bishop takes on h2 check winning and queen takes on h2. Well worth the piece. And black will be able to castle out of this really fast. Plus, he's got his material back. Okay, so back to the game. Here we were supposed to take on c6 here. And well, bishop takes on h2. Here you can definitely feel that you have to play this position correctly. And well, there's two moves you can play here, but I like the way Bruce plays it. He goes ahead and plays king to h1. There's no need to play king takes on h2, as this will just lead to a draw here. Queen h4 check, king back, and queen h takes on f2. And here you have a perpetual check. You're just going to keep running back and forth. So a big idea in these games is to think ahead, prophylactic thinking. Know what your opponent wants. Okay, king to h1. And now it looks like black's just playing a devastating move here with queen to h4. Defend like a master. Well, what does that mean? Know what your opponent wants and stop it. It's pretty much as simple as that. Don't get me wrong, the problem solving for stopping the attack can be hard, but that's the basic scheme, or that's the basic idea. Find what your opponent wants and stop. And here, we're going to be using one of the strongest defensive resources with the master, and that is, well, sacking back material. What does that mean? Well, here, white has enough material here to win the game. If you can just stop the attack, you will be winning. Meaning, if you can give back some material here, you're going to get into an easy game. Okay, so can you find the move here that Bruce played to trade off pieces and go into a winning endgame? What do you play here? White to move and win. All right, you have to be very careful here. There's so many different attacking ideas you have to play correctly. But here the idea was, rook takes on e4 check. Notice that if the queen does take back, well, here you're just happy. Knight jumps back to d4 check, pawn to b5, and now you can simply just take on h2. And now you've removed a lot of the attackers here. Remember, queen cannot checkmate by herself. So here, white just has a winning advantage. We're going to keep developing our pieces, and we're just going to be winning this game. It doesn't matter because, again, only one queen, and white has the extra material here to win. Okay, so back to the game. After rook takes on e4, that really only leaves one other idea. You have to take back with the pawn. And this was the whole idea. Remember, sacrifice back some material so that you could get to the winning position. Here again, this is just a strong combination here. It's really hard to do anything. Hopefully nobody was thinking pawn to g3 here. Oof, you just got checkmated. Bishop takes g3 check, king over to g2, queen h2 check, king f1, and queen takes on f2. Oof. Tomanov's mate is very strong here. I'm sorry, I think that was Max Lang's mate is very strong. So with that being said, what do you play? Sacrifice the material back. Here we play queen to d8 check, just forcing the queens off the board. After this, the game is very simple. Remember, defend like a master. Know what your opponent's idea is, and well, let's stop it. Here, the queens are forced off the board because this would be checkmate if the queen wasn't guarding. Queen takes, knight takes, king takes on d8, king takes on h2, and, well, black made a mistake here and played pawn to f5. I mean, the game is already winning here as far as material is considered, meaning we have more pieces than they do. But here, well, white has a mated 1. Hopefully you see it. Here, bishop to g5, check and mate. I do want to mention one more thing before I stop this. One of the biggest things, another big tip I can give you about defending like a master is keep your head cool, meaning do not get crazy, do not start looking into all the bad variations. Look as much as you can about how to survive in this position. Keeping a logical head will help you win many chess games and draw games that you should be losing. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you in the next game.